morning, Britain. The Prime Minister dodges our questions on Boris Johnson misleading Parliament.
Obviously, this is a matter for the House, not for the government. Each individual colleague will make up their own mind when the time comes. This is a matter for the House.
Speaking exclusively to Good Morning Britain, Rishi Sunak refused to say if he'll approve the damning report, which could be waved through by MPs today.
Three times I asked the Prime Minister whether he would take part in today's vote and agree that Boris Johnson misled Parliament and should be punished. 3 times he dodged the question, adding to speculation that he's going to skip it.
Parents could block their child from changing gender, and pupils considering doing that could be kept out of school sport. That's under new government plans. After 8 o'clock this morning, Sharon Davis will be telling us that trans athletes in women's sport is fundamentally unfair.
The Sussexes' media empire goes sour with Meghan's Spotify series dropped and doubts about their Netflix deal. We'll ask if Harry's life outside the royal family will ever work.
Love will turn your world around.
And love still changes everything for Michael Ball. He's back in Aspects of Love after 30 years. And he tells us why the plotline about a 15-year-old girl had to be changed for today's audience.
And nothing says love like a wedding. And I am next to a giant wedding cake this morning here at Wadston. Weather-wise, it's a day of sunshine and showers, another warm one, and it stays that way all week long. I'll have all the details of that and more live here from Wadston on Good Morning Britain.
Monday, 19th of June, 2023, live from Television Centre in London. This is Good Morning Britain with Susanna Reid and Richard Madeley.
Good morning, Britain. It has just gone 6 o'clock. Welcome to the programme. It's still the question Michael Ball gets asked pretty much every day in the street.
Yes.
Michael, does love change everything? And he genuinely does get asked that all the time.
But, at least he answers
Yes.
the damn question. I just wonder, you know, about today's generation of politicians who've got very, very skilled. You see it. We'll see it later with Rishi. Very skilled at giving you a different answer to the question that you actually asked. You know, it's as if you asked them something quite different. Can they not see that, never mind what we think, that the viewers and the listeners in radio programmes like the Today Show can hear what they're doing?
Yes.
They get it. They can see that they're dodging the question.
Didn't you once dismiss the Defence Secretary, Gavin Williamson, at the time, for not answering a question on this programme?
I hadn't planned to. It was quite organic. I was just so angry with him because he'd said something about, after the Salisbury poisonings, he said that Russia should shut up and go away, which is a very Vicky Pollard kind of thing to say. And he got a lot of stick about it. And he gave his first live interview to us here about 6 months later. So after we dealt with whatever we were talking about, I said to him, can we just go back a few months? Do you now regret using that kind of slightly playground language? And he said, I want to pay tribute to the National Health Service and so on. I said, no. We can do that in a minute if you like. But would you just please tell me, do you wish you'd use different words now? Well, as I say, I think it's very important that in all of this stuff, he did it 4 times, and we were coming to the end of the interview anyway, and I said, well, obviously you're not going to answer the question, so interview terminated. Thank you for your time. And Charlotte, who was presenting with me, said, as we went into a break, she said, you've just chucked a cabinet minister off air.
Yeah, you just terminated the Defence Secretary.
I hadn't planned to, but he deserved it. And I got nothing but support from the viewers on that, because they could see what he was doing.
Yeah,
you know?
Deflecting, distracting. Perhaps that's what the Prime Minister was doing when he spoke to our correspondent, our political correspondent, Louisa James. Now, this, I think, is the first interview we've had with the Prime Minister on this programme. And he repeatedly refused to tell her whether he's going to vote to approve a report which found Boris Johnson lied about Partygate.
As we say, this was an exclusive interview with us late last night, and Mr Sunak said that he didn't want to influence other MPs, adding, of course, immediately to the speculation that he's going to skip the vote. Mr Sunak also wouldn't offer any extra help for those people struggling with higher mortgage payments.
So, Louisa is at Downing Street this morning. Very good morning to you. A significant number of MPs expected to miss the vote today, Louisa. Just tell us what's going to happen and about your experience with the Prime Minister last night, because as I understand it, you'd sort of negotiated a period of time with him, but when you pressed him on this issue, it looked like he didn't want to answer the question.